Danny, a shutout, only one penalty taken and 5 goals for. Is that the best 60-minute performance your team has put in this year?
I think, yeah, definitely right up there. Arguably just as good last night. And we have been for quite some time now. But I thought, it was good to see us get rewarded this time. I kept drilling into our guys. There's things that sometimes are out of your control, and a couple bad bounces in previous games, and we let leads slip. And but today, anytime we had to make a play, we made a play, and it was a great performance. And I'm happy for the guys because, like I said, the last 3 games we've been very good, and we haven't been rewarded for it.
2 standouts in different ways that we talked about it in Coventry tonight. Alex Forbes gave you a lot of flexibility playing some shifts as a forward, some shifts as a defenseman. How easy is that? How much easier is that for you to manage your lines when you have someone who can deputize in different positions?
Well, it's not so much managing the lines. It's managing the minutes as well. There was a couple times there in the second period where they hemmed us in on a couple heavy shifts, and one of those guys has got to come with 5D. One of those guys has got to come back and double shift. So having Forbesy there, they have that heavy shift against, and then I can throw Forbesy out and then allow those guys that extra rest. And it just, against a team like Cardiff that rolls 4 lines on back-to-back nights, you got to think at some point your guys are going to wear down. But you know what, for whatever reason, our guys stuck with it, and you know what, they got through it.
Ross Venus as well got your team rolling straight from the off with an early goal, and then what felt like a pivotal second as well. He just seems to be getting better and better year on year. It's his testimonial this year. The way he's playing at the moment, you wouldn't put it past him to keep up this improvement.
If he has been at another level this season, our whole British core. Everybody, Feds is having a career year, V's having a career year, Forbesy we talked about, Clem's been great. Clem battled an injury early in the year, but since he's come back, he's been great. Heads when we've needed him back there in the pipes, and just making sure I'm not forgetting anybody if I'm going to go through. But listen, our British core has been unbelievable for us this year, and right through our lineup, we've had great performances.
You had a new goaltender in CJ Mott as well, who's been here for a few weeks as well. It seemed tonight like there's a real cohesion between he and the defensive unit around him. What impact has he brought to your roster?
He's brought us a little bit of calmness. He's stopping pucks back there. He's very good at playing the puck. And I think sometimes having that natural ability, kind of helps with that cohesiveness with our D-core. And he's been great for us. He's been absolutely great. And, another guy I felt bad for the last few games, bounces off the glass, off bodies, and, finding the back of the net. Nothing he can do about those. And, again, another guy that got rewarded tonight, and, he battled in there.
Finally, Danny, what's the potential of this team going into 2020?
I think we got sky's the limit. We have proven that we can beat anybody, we can play with anybody, we can outplay anybody, and I think our focus is just one game at a time and keeping those performances up. And I think maybe what hurt us short term here the last 3 games with those bad bounces and letting leads slip, it might help us in the long run, knowing that sometimes things are out of your control. As long as you focus on the process, you're gonna get results more than none.